Watermelon sugar. Hello, you fucks. Welcome to John Solo's Beer Brigade. I'm John Solo. This is little Lissa Gramling. Welcome to the Ramblin Gramling Show. How are you, Lissa?
I'm doing all right.
Groovy. I know you reached out to me this morning and you said you didn't get enough sleep last night. Did you have a guest, or were you in the middle of a book,
No.
or what? I don't really.
Book.
There we go.
Greg.
One more person caught listening or reading to books until the wee hours of the morning and then not able to get up. Yeah, that's our crowd. This is the Ramblin Gramling Show. This is where we go over all the new audio book releases of the week. Lissa puts together a long list. At the end of it, she then reviews a book that she listened to in the previous week. She has a bullet rating system, which is a lot of fun. 1 through 5 bullets or a bullet breaker. That means that Amazon has to show up and replace her appliances. It's awesome. So let's
and bring bananas and water.
Right. Let's get into this week. First release was Composed at Randy's, written by Zyle Elevin. Is that some sort of demon name? Narrated by Zachary Zaba. After that,
I met them at GRL a couple
Really?
years ago. Yeah.
Zyle Elevin. What kind of nationality is? Never heard of either of those
Not
names.
sure, but they were wearing elf ears.
Well, that could explain it. That could be an elf name. I don't know, like an elf that lives at the North Pole, or an elf that like Legolas, and he's like shooting
think
arrows.
Legolas.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
perfect sense then. After that, we had
The Caffeinated Chemistry by Nick J. Russo and Michael Ferriello.
Did you check this one out yet?
No, not yet. It's not really spicy
Ah,
enough.
I see. You're on the spicy kick right now, as
Yeah.
always, I'm sure. After that, we had Tentacles Rock, a winter holiday tentacle romance by K.C. Carmine, narrated by Zachary Zaba, the busiest man in the industry the last few weeks. Then we had
Go Luck Yourself. Your Royals and Romance Book 2 by Sarah Rosh. Narrated by Dylan Riley Fitzpatrick.
Sarah, you have an extra A in your name. After that, we had The Gargoyle and the Romance Writer, Monsters Hollow, Book 2 by Chloe Archer, narrated by Greg... Okay, I'll say it. It's French. Boudreau. There we go. I said Tremblay wrong. After that, we had
Notorious Park Avenue Prince. Park Avenue Prince's Book 6 by Brooke Blaine and Ella Frank, narrated by Alexander Sindis, Perry Bishop, and Sean Criston.
Look at all that. After that, we had Their Wicked Ways, Crimson Club Book 6 by Willow Dixon, narrated by Alexander Sindis, Aidan Snow, and Iggy Toma. Then we had
Cheap Heat, Glass of Wrestling Book 3 by Lily Main, narrated by Michael Ferriello and Liam DeCosmo.
Nice. Then we had A Gentleman's Gentleman, a novel. That's
That always makes me laugh when they do
that. It reminds me of the Spaceballs. Merchandising. A Gentleman's Gentleman, a novel. Anyways.
Yeah.
That is written by T.J. Alexander, narrated by Harrison Knights. After that, we had
Alan, the Brunswick Chronicles 5. Is that a V?
Yeah, that's a 5. A V for victory.
By Michelle Natoro, narrated by Kurt Graves.
Then we had Red Zone, Big Bend Bears Book 1 by Nicole Dykes, narrated by Devin Ryder and Nick J. Russo. Then we had
Sugar, The Beginning of Always Book 3 by E.M. Lindsay, narrated by Iggy Toma.
Watermelon Sugar. Then we had Rule Breaker, Bar Down Book 1 by Ava Olson, narrated by Alexander Sindis and Logan Anair. Isn't that what you use to get the hair off your legs? Then we had
SOS Hotel, great service from top to bottom. SOS Hotel Book 4 by Adam Vex, narrated by Michael Leslie.
Goodness gracious me. Then we had Sleigh Ride, Saint Brothers Book 1 by Davidson King, narrated by Darcy Stark and Alexander Sindis. After that, we had
Second Winter by Sophia S. I don't know.
They're Girl Scout cookies.
Okay. Narrated by Jackson Jensen.
Nice. After that, we have our audio clip of the day, brought to you by me. It's going to be wonderful. Let me get the right book up on the screen, get the right cover up there, and here we go. Hello, you fucks. Hi, it's John Solo. You heard me there, now you hear me here. Little Lissa Gramling asked me to do a promo for this. This is Saving Luca, Obedience, a BDSM series, book 1, written by Annie Moon. Here's the blurb. Luca Diaz is gorgeous and on a path to self-destruction when his family's business goes under, and the blame is laid at his feet. Desperate for money to pay medical bills for his mother, Luca takes a job as an escort for a sinister client who promises to break Luca down until he's raw and begging for mercy. Luca knows nothing about a master-slave dynamic and feels like he's been thrown to the lions, one particular lion whose Goliath appearance is as frightening as his imposing demeanor. But when the master commands Luca to kneel at his feet and he strokes Luca's hair, the mere touch settles Luca into a calm he's never felt before. Cain Goldberg is known as a cold-hearted sadist. He welcomes what others thinks about him because he has a secret and a history that he intends to keep hidden. He's demanding about following rules in the world of BDSM, especially that of consent, but he's also a manipulator. So when he learns that Luca needs money, he lures him into his world of dominance and intense kink. But Cain is soon unnerved by the courage of this beautiful man who seems to have the ability to see right through to Cain's soul, a quality that scares Cain like nothing ever has. After a week of intense BDSM games at a private estate, can Cain's sudden fierce protectiveness save Luca from certain violation? Saving Luca is book 1 of Obedience BDSM series, an emotional and erotic gay romance with age gap, intense BDSM, and ends with a cliffhanger. Don't worry, I've already recorded book 2. Warning, this book is intended for an adult audience and contains scenes which may trigger some people. I can't stress that enough. This book is not for the faint of heart, but it's also amazingly good. It's got a lot of sexy times. Y'all are going to love it. Thanks for having me, Alyssa. I will turn it back over to me and Lissa. Hi, I'm back.
Hi.
And I can't stress it enough. It's a really good book, but it is also there's some harsh scenes in there, man. I've recorded close to 500 romance books at this point, and this one shocked me. I've
Boy.
It was great. It kept us thoroughly entertained, to say the least. It's really good, but yeah, check out the trigger warnings before you jump in. But if you're like most of my crowd, that just makes you be like, I'm going to go get it right now. And cool, you do that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yep. After that, we had Fireman's Rescue, Heroes in Helmets, Book 2 by Andrew Gray, narrated by John Eaton. Is he talking about condoms? Is that what he's... helmets there. After that, we had...
I don't know. The Roommate Situation, Colorado Springs University, Book 1. That is a mouthful.
Hey-o.
By Felicity Snow, narrated by Nick J. Russo.
And finally, we had Sleep of Eternity by Stella Rainbow, narrated by Joel Leslie. Now, what everyone's been waiting for, we've talked about it all week long, what little Lissa Gramling broke herself with this week. Here we go.
How did you know it was a bullet breaker?
I suspected, because you didn't wake up until late, so...
Yeah, well. Yeah, anyway, this was a bullet breaker.
Hello.
It's by Bria Aleppo and Skylar Snow. It's Batali Brothers Book 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was just amazing. And I feel like it's Declan's best narration so far. And
did you blush there for a second? I thought I saw you blush a little bit.
Probably. I could feel each of the characters' emotions, how Declan read it, and how both authors wrote it. So, but I think, and it felt like this one was the best one of the series. I probably already said that already. But Declan did amazing things with this book. And I can't wait for the next book in the series.
Excellent. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I feel like we know more about your personal life now. Now, when you order things from Amazon, those bong lights that you have in the background, are they included in there? I mean, those can be interesting.
I need to get rid of those. I don't use them.
They look like it could be like a plunger, too. Just like you put it up to your butt and plunge it. But anyways, thank you for putting all this together. I really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for watching and listening and all that good stuff. Come back next week to see how many how many times Amazon has to show up at Little Lissa Gramling's house. Bye.
Hey.